Good morning. I will call the, do I call it the adjourned meeting?
Yes,
or-
the meeting of, the adjourned meeting of, the adjourned regular meeting of July 2nd.
Okay. I call to order the adjourned regular meeting of July 2nd of the Western Water Board. May we have roll call, please?
Thank you, good morning. Director Gardner,
I am here.
Director Torres, Director Denstedt, Director Rizvi.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, President Roten.
And I am here as well, and it was 9:30 when I called the meeting to order.
Yes,
I
thank
think
you.
I didn't say that.
That's okay. President Roten, you do have a quorum today.
Okay, thank you. And now we will have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Tammy Ford.
Thank you. If you please stand and join me in the pledge.
Tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Tammy Ford. I am the board secretary, and I am getting ready to celebrate my 5th anniversary at Western.
Hi. You gave us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I only have 6 months on you.
Really? Awesome,
Actually, not
awesome.
even that, 4
For?
months.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Ford,
Thank
for
you.
that. Do we have,
A couple of months on council yet.
That's right.
She said 4 months.
do we have any public comments today?
We have no public comments. I've received no requests to speak, and there is nobody in the audience.
Okay, thank you. We'll move to the consent calendar. Any questions or items to be pulled?
I would move the consent calendar.
Okay, we have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. Roll call, please, whenever you're ready.
Director Gardner,
Aye.
Director Rizvi,
Aye.
President Roten.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion carries 3-0.
Okay, we'll move on to item 6, items to be added to the agenda. Mr. Barr.
While we have no items to add to the agenda, I would ask, if possible, and if the board agrees, can we move closed session up early so that we can have Mr. O'Neill run through his item, and then we'll come back to item number 7.
Okay. Do we need a motion for that, or just agreement to add? or
Just agreement.
No more?
Just agreement.
No? Okay.
Yeah, you can do it. You're the chair. You can just say, yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna move it, yeah.
I am happy to move closed session to our next item.
Okay.
And Paula,
Mr.
would-
Stewart, would you like to call the board into session?
Thank you, President Roten. So at this time, the Board of Directors for the Western Municipal Water District will go into closed session pursuant to 2 government code sections, Section 54956.9 and 54956.8, and they will be heard in that order. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Say, council, do I have to go to a breakout room or?
No, Mr. O'Neill, we will keep you in the Zoom, so just stay where you are. We're going to move everybody else out except for you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
Morning, everyone.
I am going to set this up.
Okay. Thank you.
exceptions now.
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
All right, Justin, you're the host.
Okay.
We'll have legal counsel bring us back into open session.
Thank you, President Roten. The Board of Directors for the Western Municipal Water District met in closed session pursuant to two government code sections, section 54956.9 and 54956.8, and there was no reportable action taken. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We will move on to item 7, action agenda. A, adopt resolution 3359, setting forth water and sewer availability charges proposed for the Murrieta service area within Western Municipal Water District, and hold a public hearing on proposed fiscal year 2025-26 water and sewer availability charges for the Murrieta service area. And hang on, let me get my correct paper here. Whoops. We go right into the public hearing, is that correct? Okay. Yeah, this is the time and place set for the public hearing regarding the collection of fiscal year 2025-26 water and sewer availability charges, excuse me, on the tax roll for property within Western Water Murrieta service area.
Notice of the hearing has been properly given. The required notice was published in the Press Enterprise, a newspaper of general circulation in Riverside County, on June 11th and June 18th, 2025. All the requirements of setting the public hearing were met.
The documents are ordered, received, and filed.
The board is being asked to adopt the water and sewer availability charges listed in Resolution 3359. The charge is equal to $21 per acre for both water and sewer, so a combined of $42 per acre or portion thereof. The amount of the charges has remained unchanged. It's been exactly the same for the last 22 years, since fiscal year 2003. Water and sewer charges billed monthly to customers along with these charges are used to provide the necessary revenue to pay for the operating and maintaining of the water and sewer systems in the Murrieta service area. The collection of these charges has historically been collected on the property tax roll and assessed on every parcel within the Murrieta service area. Assessing these charges on all parcels promotes cost sharing between both existing customers and unconnected property owners, all who benefit from actually having the infrastructure available in the region. It also adheres to the standard of cost causation, where Western Water, as a utility provider, has incurred significant capital investment and ongoing maintenance costs in order to provide service to both the existing and future customers. By assessing availability charges as operating revenue, approximately $276,000 of system operating expenses are paid that otherwise would have to be on existing rates. And just as perspective, if we didn't assess these charges, the normal rates for water would have to go up about 2%, and sewer would have to go up about 4% to show you the significance of this.
Okay. The public hearing is now open. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak on this issue?
President Roten, we have no requests to speak in the audience nor on Zoom.
Okay. There being no further comments, I declare the public hearing closed. The matter is now before the board for discussion.
I would make a motion to move and approve.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion?
No.
Okay, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gardner,
Aye.
Director Risby,
Aye.
President Roten.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion carries 3-0.
Okay, we will move on to item B, adopt resolution 3358, electing to have charges for sewer service collected on the county tax roll and hold a public hearing for collection of such charges. Oops, hang on just a second. This is the time and place set for the public hearing regarding the collection of sewer service charges and any prior year unassessed sewer service charges on the tax roll for fiscal year 25-26.
The collection of sewer service charges on the tax roll for fiscal year 25-26 applies to all parcels of real property to which Western provides sewer service, but not water service. Notice of the hearing for proposed collection of such charges on the county tax rolls was properly given. The notice was published in the Press Enterprise, a newspaper of general circulation in Riverside County, on June 11th and June 18th, 2025. All the requirements of setting the public hearing were met.
The documents are ordered, received, and filed.
So placing the sewer charges on the tax roll helps to allow for the collection of approximately $1.5 million in sewer revenues. This is essential because without having a water account associated with them, we wouldn't have the normal leverage of being able to shut them off. And so this is a way to ensure full collection. The dollar amount for these charges is derived from essentially 1,900 sewer accounts being charged the rates that were most recently adopted by the board in June. So the new rates get applied here. In this area, the Home Gardens area or La Sierra area, it's $62.28 per EDU, which translates to about $747 per year. That's what would be on their property tax rolls. Some of these accounts also require additional maintenance on pipelines serving the area from a previous agreement with the property developers, and so those accounts incur an additional $5 per month, which is built into the charge on the property tax roll.
Okay, thank you. The hearing is now open. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak on this issue?
President Roden, we have no requests to speak in the audience nor on Zoom.
Okay, there being no further comments, I declare the public hearing closed. The matter is now before the board for discussion.
Madam President, before we get to that, could we take a very short break? I have a question of legal counsel.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
There was.
Which is the most current?
The one that, I think the one that you have that's printed out, Director Gardner, is the old one.
Okay. Yeah, the one in the book is.
It's old.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure that we have the correct.
We do.
Okay, thank you very much. Break is over. I will make a motion to approve.
I will second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Whenever you're ready, Ms. Ford, for roll call vote, please.
Director Gardner.
Aye.
Director Rizvi.
Aye.
President Roden.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion carries 3-0.
Okay, thank you. Item C, adopt resolution 3357, updating Western Municipal Water District's investment policy for fiscal year 2025-26. Mr. Aragon.
Yes, so this is an administrative item that we do every year. We review the investment policy with our investment manager, Chandler, to look at best practices, make sure we're following those, as well as usually what the issue is there's an update in the government code. And so we want to make sure that our policy aligns with the updates in the government code. In reviewing that, really the good news is there's only two really minor things to update to align with the government code. One is in reference, changing an outdated reference from something called CDARs to placement service deposits. So this is all about if the district wanted to buy essentially large CDs with banks, but wants to make sure that they're all fully FDIC insured. This service would take, let's say, $1 million, and then behind the scenes place it with 4 separate banks at $250,000 a piece, and so allowing for the whole amount to be insurance covered. So the reference and who does that has been updated because it was no longer relevant. And it also takes advantage of the fact that the law allows for us to technically go up to 50% of our portfolio to do this. We have no intention to do that, but want to align with the government code. And that would go back to 30% on January 1st, 2031, as the law prescribes, unless things change in the future, and then we'll address that then. The second one is that it would now prohibit investment purchase settlement dates to not exceed 45 days. We never get that far out, but it would align with the government code. Usually it's within a few days from the time we purchase to when it actually switches, a security switches hands. So with that, open to any questions, but the recommendations that the board adopt Resolution 3357, making these changes.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the board?
I will
We
make a
should
motion to approve.
I will second, but before we vote, we should verify there is no public comment.
Yes.
I believe there is none.
Just gonna do
There appears to be no public.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it sounds like we have a motion and a second. Whenever you're ready for a roll call vote.
Director Gardner,
Aye.
Director Risby,
that. Aye.
President Roten.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion carries 3-0.
Okay, we will move into reports. We did have a few of these reports yesterday, but just double checking. General Counsel, do you have any report?
Thank you, President Roden. I don't, Director Risby, I informed Director Gardner and President Roden yesterday that there are some new CEQA bills that we heard mentioned in closed session. There's a lot of it is directed to housing reform and in the state, but our CEQA team is preparing a memo specifically for our water district clients, so we will send that out. And so you can look forward to that. I'll send it to Tammy and then she can send it to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. General Manager, I know we had our report yesterday. Was there anything to add?
There's nothing to add, but for Director Rizzi's knowledge, the general manager did report out on SB 72 yesterday that it passed Assembly Parks and Wildlife.
I saw that.
So that's all I
Good
will
job.
add.
Thank you.
Okay. Instead of calling these all out individually, were there any other director reports? I wasn't sure, Fozzie, you did. No? Okay. And CDA is actually this afternoon, so we'll hear that next time. And I know Mike gave his reports yesterday. Do we have any director comments? Nope. Okay, any requests for future agenda items? No, not hearing any. Okay. And we've already had our closed session. If there are no other questions or comments, our next meeting is Wednesday, July 16th at 9:30, and we will stand adjourned at 10:28.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.